All right, welcome to Sue Rogers Unedited. I am Sue Rogers, and today I have a very special guest with me, my longtime friend, Katie, who is a former Las Vegas headliner and current celebrity esthetician. Um, Katie is actually the one that is going to explain what HIFU is to you guys. I've done this treatment once. I'm looking very much forward to doing the second round here in the near future, but I'm just going to give it to Katie and we're going to just start talking about everything so you can hear what it's all about. So Katie, welcome to the podcast. I'm so excited to have you here. Give us a little, actually you can give us a little bit of your background as to how you end up as an esthetician, and then we'll go into the details of HIFU.
Okay, awesome. Well, I actually, I've been one of your BFFs for like 25 years. And I don't even think you know the story of how I became an esthetician, which is it's pretty it goes like this. Because like my dream was to be an entertainer my whole life. I moved to Las Vegas. I ended up working with the David Copperfield group. And I was lucky enough to go to his island, Musha Key, in the Bahamas, and it's a celebrity resort. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill have an island kind of next door to his, so it's just like this cute little island, and people would rent out. And so when I had to do shows there with the Copperfield group, we kind of had to, like a cruise ship, you kind of have to disappear, like, while you're not performing, you sort of have to like absorb into the jobs or whatever. And I would either spend my time in the kitchen learning how to cook things, because I love to cook, and I would spend time in the spa because it was just a really like cool thing for me. And I've always loved hair and makeup and skin and all of that wonderful things that go hand in hand with show business. So so I kind of learned a lot of my skills in the Bahamas at a private resort, which was amazing. Like I could never ask for that kind of education. And then, I came back to Las Vegas, and every once in a while I'd go to the island. And then I got, my dream jobs of dancing and performing and headlining on the Strip in different shows. And then COVID hit, and I was like, I should probably, and the show I was in wasn't going to come back. It was already on its last legs, and it was at the Paris. And the showroom that it was in was already kind of being sold and being remodeled, because sports entertainment and sports betting has become a really big thing in Las Vegas. So the theater was already bought and sold. So when COVID hit, it was just that time so that they could just start doing that. So the show that I was in was like, yeah, we're not coming back unless you can think of another venue. And I was like, well, I'm not going to do that extra work. So I went to school to do it legally, to do the esthetician stuff legally. And then right out of school, I got a job. I had people looking at me while I was in school. I was already being, sought out by different companies to become an esthetician. And that's how I became an esthetician. And how I became a celebrity esthetician was just keeping my chops up and like just kind of knowing who to go to, who to talk to, who my clients were. I'm at a Nevada salon. I love that salon. I've been there since I was out of school. So I don't know, 2 or 3 years. And I get phone calls from these concierges being like, hey, can you come and, give a facial? Because when you come to Las Vegas, like if you're coming from Nashville or you're coming from LA or you're coming from really any different climate, your skin just dries up. And anybody who's come to Las Vegas from anywhere knows that. You're like, oh my gosh, it's so dry here. Yes, it's the desert. So I would have to, so I have been called, and I'm still called, to bring my little table and bring my little setup to backstage to different venues to treat different celebrities that I can't name because I signed NDAs. I know how an NDA works. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. I mean, and it's such like, you're one of the people that I'm like, guys, this is my friend that I danced with forever, and I ended up getting married and having kids and doing all that right away. And she's my friend that went off to Vegas and is a performer and
Yeah. And then had a kid. And
yeah, yes, different order. But yeah, and then the whole, like, when you told me you were doing the whole esthetician thing, I was like, oh my God, that's like a freaking perfect fit, because what do we spend all our time doing when we're dancing is freaking hair and makeup. And then if you want to have like your makeup go on good skin, it makes more sense to like really heal your
yeah,
skin. And then of course we always look good too. So like, let's reverse the clock. And
exactly. Yeah, because yeah, it's just I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, no, having the good skin going on makeup, and then because we're performers and you're like really like layering it on while you're performing, like when you're not performing, you don't want to wear anything except for like sunscreen. And so that's why I feel like having a professional esthetician in your life is important.
it is super, super important. Right? Like I've seen someone forever now, and I swear that's the only reason my face looks as good as it does. And then now having access to what you're doing, because you do different cool treatments that I can throw into the mix from what my regular stuff is. But I swear it's the one thing I invested in quite a few years ago. And I used to have a really hard time. Like, if anyone listening is like, I can't spend the money, like, invest in yourself, in your face. You're going to look at your face for as long as the rest of the time you are alive. Why not take care of it and use that self-care? Like, I don't even get massages anymore because I'd rather spend the money on my face and then figure out how to foam roll at home.
Yeah. Yeah. Your face is really your calling card. It's the first thing people see. And you want it to look good. You don't want it to look weird, broken
Yeah,
out. Look good. I'm not necessarily saying you want to stay young forever because that's weird too. But yes, it's definitely something that you need. It's the first impression, really.
it is, right? And like, and you're worth it. Like, I'm worth it, you're worth it, anyone listening, you are worth it to feel good in your skin. Because really, honestly, like, that's one of the biggest differences for me. Like, my goal when I first started getting facials was to have good enough skin that I don't need to wear makeup.
That's
And really,
an
like,
amazing goal.
yeah.
That is,
And I hit it. And every once in a while, I stupid random breakout things, but I blame perimenopause on that now, which also sucks. But what are you gonna do except for try to balance your hormones and whatever too? But the breakouts are not coming from, like, it's internal stuff that I'm still.
yeah, no, that
Oh,
hormones play such a like I can do a whole other podcast on hormones and the effect that it has on your skin as well, because I'm also perimenopause, but I also had the hysterectomy, and I've had the worst imbalance of hormones that you could possibly imagine. It's the worst.
well, a
But
side
yeah,
note, because next time you come on, we're going to talk about perimenopause,
yes,
because yeah, that deserves a whole nother topic episode for us.
yes, because it hella sucks. But anyway, so let's get to what I'm here for. It is the high intensity
Yes.
focus ultrasound, the HIFU for short. I I hardly ever say high intensity focused ultrasound just because it's long to say. I always refer to it as HIFU, and it also that's kind of a silly name as well. Um, but it is amazing. I I used to be like we talked about this. I used to be an avid client for Botox and thread lifts, and I had fillers once, but it's just like it's not my thing. Um, and HIFU takes that, but it makes it natural, and it lifts and it tightens and it diminishes fine lines by using your own collagen. So what it is it's an ultrasound machine, and my little device goes wherever you need it to lift. And it's amazing. It's a non-invasive facelift is what it is. Like there's no double, there's a jawline here. There's no double chin here. My fine lines are disappearing. I'm well into my 40s. So and I want to look good. I don't want to look like I'm not in my 40s. You know, I do. I just want to look good for my age because, I mean, I'm a mom. I have dogs. I've got a husband. It's, you know, like it's not like I want to be 25 forever, but it really does. It makes you feel rejuvenated. It rejuvenates your skin. And it's really, I've had all of my clients, probably 99% of my clients has said it's better than Botox. So that is something that I'm very proud to offer. And the reason, like, you probably haven't heard of it, it's a Korean technology. So those Korean scientists know how to make your skin look good with all of their snellucin and now this HIFU. They're not big into chemicals. They're big into actually using what you have naturally to enhance your natural beauty.
Yes. And like, honestly, that's where it's at. Cause like I talk about a lot about gut health and removing toxins and poisons and chemical bullshit from our lives. Cause it's in every fucking thing that's out there. But like to purposely inject stuff into your body for wrinkles when there's other options, that's really cool that people have told you compared, because I've never done Botox, but to have people say that HIFU is actually giving them better results than Botox is amazing because you're not putting the chemical bullshit into your face. And I've been reading a couple things lately too, talking about how like fillers and Botox, like they don't ever dissolve, they just kind of stay in your face, and eventually it can like shift and like sag down into your face and change the shape of your face. And honestly, I also never did it because I hate needles. And so I'm like, I don't really want to put needles in my face. I don't like needles, but I also don't like poison chemical crap because there's so much that is unavoidable in our daily lives. So that's freaking awesome that this can be done and just use your own bodies, because our bodies are freaking amazing and powerful and they can heal themselves, and we just have to give them the right things, do the right things to activate them, because as we age, all of that stuff starts to slow down.
Yes. Well, and that's the thing too. It's like after you turn 25, like you lose 10% of your collagen, or your collagen becomes dormant. You don't really lose it. It just becomes dormant for every year for the rest of your life. So that's what keeps you from sagging and wrinkling, is that collagen that you have that's already in your body. And if you can stimulate that, like, why not?
Yeah.
And then plus with poison and needles, there is room for error. I've talked about this before, like on my website, on my social media, all of that. I had a droopy eye from Botox like a month before I had this wedding. And the lady ended up having to do like $5,000 worth of free stuff to like make my eye back to where it is. And then for the longest time, I still had like this little skin fold. Again, you can see this on my Insta, on my social, on my website, where it was just like this pull, but I HIFU'd it. And what it did is it flattened it out. And now you can't even tell that I ever had a droopy eye, other than the lazy eye I already was born.
But you guys, like, for reals, look on social media accounts, which will, wherever this is posted, they will be linked there as well. But the before and after pictures, you can totally see the difference on her eye because of all the HIFU stuff, which is amazing. And I have my saved in my files, my progress from the first HIFU, but I want to do the second one because I really enjoyed, like, I've been doing microcurrent stuff for probably close to a decade now, but adding in the HIFU, and you can see from you doing it on me, you could see stuff instantly, you said, while you were doing it, which is really freaking cool too. And if you guys are wondering, like, it is not painful. It just feels kind of weird.
Like, I know, that's what I tell
describes
clients
it, like,
too. Yeah, that's exactly what I say. I'm like, it doesn't hurt, but it's weird, but it's like a buzz, but it's, yeah, but it's not painful at all, really, unless I hit bone.
No.
And that's very rare. It happens. But, because you can't stimulate
like
collagen from your bones. Like, just can't.
yeah. But yeah, like there were like, I think, did I say like the weirdest spot when you're like near in my neck area?
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like it's just a kind of weird sensation, not painful at all. If you get a microcurrent treatment, like you get this metallic taste in your mouth. That's kind of weird, but totally different. That doesn't happen with HIFU.
Well, I'm glad that you're doing microcurrent, but the difference between microcurrent and HIFU, just so that it's out there in the universe, is microcurrent is temporary. Like you can keep doing it and it's gonna eventually form to where it is, but it's still just a little bit temporary because what you're doing is you're just paralyzing your muscle with the current. With HIFU, it'll last up to 3 to 5 years. Like it's not going to fall immediately because it is your collagen, but you're still losing 10-20% of your collagen every year. No matter who you are, no matter what it is, it's just that's what's going to happen. So that's why it's not good forever, but it is good, for 3 to 5 years after you get all of your treatments. So let me talk about that is, so your first treatment, that's your initial treatment. And the way I do it, I hardly make any money on this thing. Okay. I love it so much. I really do believe everybody should look and feel their best. I probably should charge more, but I don't. So your initial one, if you want your whole face, I charge $2,500. For different parts for your neck, I'll charge $1,200. And then for each part of your face, I'll charge like $750 for your jowls, and I'll charge $750 for your eyes, $750 for your forehead. Just like different parts of your bodies. It's usually $750 or $1,200. But $2,500 for your whole face. But with that, I only charge you at your initial. It's not $2,500 each time you see me. I charge that, and then you have 4 complimentary maintenance sessions throughout the year. So every 3 months, because you don't want to overstimulate your collagen and burn it, and then it's gone forever, because no one wants to do that. Who wants to ruin their face? I would never. Yeah. So every 3 months you're due for your maintenance, but I have had probably about 40% of my clients have only came for their first one, and they're like, no, I love it. It's perfect. It's everything I need. And then I have people who come back and see me 3 months religiously, whether they need it or not. It's not going to necessarily do any more It's not going to damage you if I think you don't need it. It'll only help, So I don't charge for those 4 after your initial. And like right now, I have a Mother's Day special going on for $500 for one area of the face, and I'll still include those 4 maintenance sessions. And it's really, if you divide it up, it's like $125 per session, which is less than a Botox trip.
Yeah.
I know. So again, I hardly make any money on it, but I make enough to buy a Disneyland ticket every once in a while. That's all I ask, right? That's all I ask. But yeah, so it's if you're doing it the right way, if you find a good esthetician, they have to be an advanced or master esthetician. You can't really do this if you're an esthetician without those credentials. You have to go through your laser treatments. You have to go through your certifications and all of that fun stuff. I love that stuff. So if there's a certification to be had, I probably have it because I love it so much. So yeah, like HIFU really is an economical choice. I think if you go through me, I know there's a place in town that will charge you $5,000 every time you see it, but I'm only one of 4 people in Las Vegas that actually offers it and actually have I have 2 certifications in it. So I have an ultrasound and I have a Sockwave certification in it. So yeah, so that is why I love HIFU so much. I really do. I really do believe that everybody should be able to afford to look their best and feel their best, because mental health is such a big deal in today's society. And if you look good, you feel good most of the time.
Yeah, accurate. I mean, right? Even if you just get up and take a shower and put clothes on and do a little something, it makes you feel better.
Yes, absolutely. And then if your face is like, oh my gosh, look at my jaw. I can see my jaw today. It even looks better. So, and that's another thing with HIFU. So much information. You'll see immediate results, but your full results won't start happening until about 4 to 6 weeks in, when your cells are turning over, because you have to, it's like a hair transplant. They implant the follicle, and you have to wait for it to grow. So your collagen, you have to wait for your collagen to grow. You have to wait for your collagen to tighten. And so that's why, as another reason, I'm like, well, we have to wait 3 months, because we need to see where this collagen is going, how it's woken up, how it's tightening your skin.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you remember when I texted you and I was like, hey, everything feels so tight and firm? And it was probably about the 4 to 6 weeks after. And I was like, everything around my eyes just feels like really good right now.
Yeah. And then you were also like, it evened out my lips. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. Cause cause my whole thing, I have pigment now because I got a face tattoo, my lip tattoo.
Oh,
but I didn't have any pigment here. So I was so self-conscious about it. I was like, I have thin lips anyway. I won't get filler because my lips are so thin. I look more like Bart Simpson than like super sexy pouty lips. It's just the way it is. Hey, I'm honest.
Oh,
I don't want to look like Bart Simpson. No offense to Bart, but I just had no pigment. So I did it. It did like lift it a little bit, but I still just didn't have pigment. So that's why I had to get the lip blush, my lip tattoo. So, and like last time you saw me, I was like all bubble face, and now I'm all healed. See?
I was just gonna say, that's right. Good. Like, do you have anything on right now? Just gloss,
all I have is like a balm, like a Vaseline.
Dude, that's awesome. That looks so good.
Mm-hmm. I wake up and I'm like, look at these pigmented lips. My goodness.
Oh, that was fun. I was also going to tell people to look at all of the, because you were talking about the neck, like seeing the jawline and no double chin, like the before and after pictures that you have posted too of people's before and after of specifically the neck. It's freaking amazing what it's doing for people in the neck area also. And then I was going to ask you, because you've posted too about being able to use it on places of the body. So not just the face and the neck, other parts of the body. So talk about both of those a little bit too.
Okay. Oh yeah. So I don't get a lot of body clients because that really is expensive. That's like $8,000 for a full body makeover. Right now it's like $49.95, like $5,000. But yeah, like the bingo wings. Here, I have my stupid filter on. I don't know, but like, we shake, and you get a certain age. It doesn't matter how much you work out. It doesn't matter. You're going to have like a little shake there, but I do, I have like 12 cartridges for this thing. So I have body cartridges. So, I do a HIFU for your arms, and it tightens them up, and you're like, okay, I can wear a tank top this summer. In Las Vegas, it gets really hot. We wear shorts and dresses all the time. Like your thighs, the cellulite, like that'll slim up your thighs a little bit. And then like, I'm actually using radio frequency and red light therapy for my tummy right now, and I really like that. But HIFU is just very tedious. That's why it costs so much. But it does work. And when I do that on my stomach after I'm done with my red light therapy and the things that I'm doing, the radio frequency, I can't do it all at the same time because it'll burn everything. But I'll go in with the HIFU wand, and it'll tighten all of that skin that's loose. So what the radio frequency and the red light therapy do is it melts the fat. Because like I said, I'm in my 40s. I had a C-section. I've been a dancer my whole life. Like my little hysterectomy belly drives me insane. That's, like I still look fantastic, but I've never had a little belly like that ever. So I work very hard on it, but the HIFU will make it so that all of that little crinkly skin, it's just nice and smooth. And it's like back to when I was 25 again. And then, that for me personally, I'm always messing with my body. I'm always messing with my face because I want to make sure that I'm offering the best services that I can. And I want to make sure that it works. Honestly, like I would never, ever hawk anything that doesn't work because I'm not that girl. Again, like I said, this HIFU stuff, like hardly make any money on it, but I really do believe that people deserve in this world, in this economy, in this, just the way things are just, Botox is watered down now. Filler looks ridiculous. I just feel, yeah, like, so when I used to be a Botox client, I would be good for like 6 months. And then gradually, like, it's not that your body gets used to it. It's they water it down so that you have to pay that $500 every 2.5 months, 3 months. You didn't know that?
Dude, I don't do Botox. So.
Everything turns into a scam. That's how I feel. I feel terrible saying that. I love the skin industry. I love the beauty industry. I don't want to I might get in trouble for saying that. They'd be like, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. FDA regulations have changed and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, has it? But okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
FDA is so trustworthy.
Exactly.
I trust the FDA.
So if you feel that I'm wrong, I apologize. But that's just what it seems like. Okay. I'm not saying that it's been proven, but I have had a lot of clients say Botox isn't the same. Like, I wonder why. I'm just evidence-based practice here. That's all it is, evidence-based. But even for myself, again, I've tried all the filler. I've tried all the Botox. I know what works for me. And, a lot of people can't handle Botox. They get the Botox flu. And with HIFU, the only thing you'll feel, because I am stimulating your collagen, like I'm going in, there are ultrasound waves going in to stimulate that collagen. You might feel a little bit bruised. That's the only thing, because you are going in and your skin's like, whoa, what is happening? So you might, and that's just a histamine and a defense thing. It's like, oh, I might feel a little bruised, like a little tender, just because those ultrasound waves are going in and stimulating things that haven't been stimulated in a very long time. With Botox, you can get sick. You can have a droopy eye. For HIFU, there really is not a big margin for error. The only way that you can really have HIFU go wrong is if you are burning your collagen. And if you burn it, and then you'll start to see your jowls reappear. So, or your neck, your gobble thing, the turkey neck appear. So anyway, but the neck, I will say, speaking of turkey neck, the neck is one of the biggest concerns that people have. And it's people have lost, they've lost weight and they have that extra skin. You go in and you tighten it. Takes probably about 3 of them to get like really snatched, being honest, but you get three ones after your initial one. So I don't know who's losing in this. No one's losing in this, but it'll take about 3 services if you've lost a lot of weight, or if you really have a significant turkey neck. I shouldn't say that. I should say extra skin or double chin. But we all know what it is. We all know. Call it.
Yeah. Turkey neck describes it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, kind of makes sense. So it's not trying to be offensive. It's just a description that's
it's just a description. I did have a get rid of your turkey neck special during Thanksgiving.
Which I thought was cute.
A lot of people didn't. I didn't get a whole lot of clients for that, and I was like, is that offensive? Or is it just because it's your Thanksgiving and people are saving money? I never know. I
would bet it's because you gotta buy presents and all that kind of shit. But if we can't laugh, I just recorded another episode right before this, and I said the same thing. If we can't laugh and make jokes about things that are just funny and kind of ridiculous, then what are we doing? It's okay to laugh at ourselves.
I was a comedian for a while. I am a comedian. I'm an MC. I laugh at myself all the time. And I try to make my clients laugh, and, you know, reading the room, it's really hard sometimes. But it's okay. I'm
Man.
fun. At least I'm fun and honest.
Yeah. I've always thought you were fun. We've always had a good time
Yeah,
together.
of course. We're very
Always.
fun together. Yes.
Oh man, even when we're in places and no one's feeding us and we're starving, we're still funny.
In the back of vans in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm so hungry.
Oh my gosh. Good times, man.
So many good times.
So, right? So many good times and so much non-evidence of our good times and all the performing that we did together before you went off and did even bigger performing.
Right. Yes. It was good times. I will say we've had quite the fun life.
Yeah. Yeah. For real. And the fact that we are still connected, guys, like you can meet people and be friends forever and not have to talk every freaking day and still be friends forever.
I know, just like random text messages. Hey, you want to be in my wedding? You know,
right?
stuff like that.
Hey, oh, all right. Well, hey, we're gonna wrap up this episode, but I definitely want to have you back again because I would love to hear your information on perimenopause. I've kind of touched on it just a little bit on a previous episode, but I would love to do a deeper dive on it. So we don't have to schedule that one to come back. And then, Katie, will you tell everyone where they can find you, like social media, website, all of that? It'll all be tagged on this where anywhere else too, but if you guys are local to where I'm at, Katie does come up here occasionally and do treatment things as well. So
I do.
my local friends, you can reach.
Yeah, I am licensed in California. I'm licensed in California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah.
Fabulous. So Katie, where can everyone find you? Give them all of the places to find you.
Okay, well, my website is katielasvegas.com, ITSKATIE lasvegas.com. And then my Instagram is it's Katie Las Vegas, ITS Katie Las Vegas. I know, I'm like, it's Katie Las Vegas. No, it literally is ITS Katie Las Vegas. It's Katie Las Vegas.
Perfect.
Yes. And that is on TikTok and Insta, and then my website. It's all ITS. It's katielasvegas.com.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. You guys should definitely go over there, follow her, find all those pictures before and afters for the HIFU. It's freaking amazing and super cool.
Yeah.
And then you guys know where to find me. We're on YouTube and Spotify and Anchor, and then officially have a Sue Rogers unedited Instagram page now, as well as a Balanced Day Life. I know, I was like, I should probably make a separate one and put little episode clips in it. So I'm working on all that. And then my website is www.balancedaylife.com. And thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, share, comment, post, all of those things. And you guys have an awesome freaking day. Thanks for being on, Katie.
All right. Thank you. I love you. Bye.
Love you too.